You're about to see what no Celtics fan wanted to admit. It wasn't bad luck. It wasn't just the Knicks playing better. Boston handed away 2 straight games with their own bare hands. A 20-point lead? Gone. 2 disastrous fourth quarters. And a Tatum mistake at the end that will haunt TD Garden for years. What's happening to the most dominant team of the regular season? And more importantly, is the Boston Celtics season about to collapse? Again? Stick around because the answer is worse than it seems. How does a team like this lose the same way twice? If you only watched the first halves, you'd swear the Boston Celtics were unbeatable. In Game 1, they had a comfortable lead. In Game 2, they were up by 20. The defense was smothering, the offense was flowing, and the Garden was roaring. But then, collapse. Same script in the fourth quarter. Dumb. Turnovers, rushed shots, and a total emotional meltdown. Boston hit just 25% of their threes across both games. In Game 2 alone, 16 turnovers, the last one from Tatum, which pretty much sealed the loss. It's almost like the team blacks out in the final 12 minutes. And the most worrying part? This isn't new. This is a pattern. Question: is this Tatum's fault? Like it or not, this question has to be asked. Jayson Tatum is the face of the franchise, but in crunch time, he disappears. In Game 2, he scored just 2 points in the first half. He missed a layup, botched a key pass, and didn't call a timeout when the game was slipping away. It was his final turnover that killed any chance of a comeback. Meanwhile, Jaylen Brown was trying to drag the team with 20 points and an aggressive performance. Did Tatum have flashes? Yes, but when the game got hot, he froze, and that says a lot about why the Celtics keep falling short. Question: are the Knicks actually better? Make no mistake, the Knicks are playing like a team that's ready. Josh Hart turned into a secret weapon with 23 points in Game 2. Mikal Bridges dropped 14 in the fourth quarter alone, and Jalen Brunson, even while struggling, hit the clutch. Free throws to seal the win. Thibodeau's squad knows exactly what it wants, and how to exploit every one of Boston's weaknesses. The difference? New York plays hungry. Meanwhile, the Celtics look arrogant, trusting that talent alone will save them. Spoiler, it won't. Not in the playoffs. Not against a team that defends like its life depends on it and attacks with discipline. Boston may have more talent, but right now, the Knicks are the better team. Question: is this a tactical issue or a mental one? Let's be real. Joe Mazzulla tweaked the lineup, tried Horford in place of Porzingis, got solid minutes from Holiday, White, even Cornet. The problem isn't tactical. The problem is, when it matters most, the team short-circuits. Bad decisions, fundamentals go out the window, and no one steps up to lead. It's like the Boston Celtics are afraid to win, and when that becomes a pattern, it becomes identity. How long will this roster hide behind talent and ignore the basics? Because if they keep this up, the season could end at Madison Square Garden on Saturday. What Boston did over 2 games isn't just concerning, it's unforgivable. And if the coaching staff, the on-court leaders, and the roster don't wake up now, this team is about to become just another chapter in the green curse. In the next video, we're breaking down whether it's time to move on from the Celtics head coach. But for now, I want to hear from you. Who's most to blame for the Celtics collapses? Drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe, because the raw, unfiltered truth is going to keep showing up here. From heaven to hell in a matter of minutes, the Boston Celtics, once title favorites, now have their backs against the wall, and it might not just be because shots didn't fall. The team lost the first 2 games at home to the Knicks. Yes, at home. And what's worse, they lost both the same way. Collapsing in the fourth quarter, Tatum disappeared, strange decisions from the bench, and a finish that felt more like a horror movie than playoff basketball. But what's really behind this blackout? And more importantly, is there still time to turn this around? Or is the dream already over? Stay to the end. There's behind-the-scenes info, shocking stats, and one question nobody wants to answer, but needs to. What's going on with Jayson Tatum? He's the face of the franchise, the next big thing in the NBA. But against the Knicks, Tatum has become a shadow. In Game 2, he shot 5 for 19. In Game 1, 7 for 23. In both games, he vanished when it mattered most. Is this just a bad stretch? Or something deeper? This is the same Tatum who led the Celtics to a championship last season, but now he looks stuck. And here's the kicker. Even when he had the chance to redeem himself with a final play, he lost the ball to Mikal Bridges. That wasn't just a technical mistake, it was mental. Pressure, fatigue, lack of leadership. Madison Square Garden is coming, and if he doesn't bounce back, this promising era could end sooner than anyone expected. But is it just his fault? What if the problem isn't the star, but the coach? Is Joe Mazzulla sabotaging the Celtics? Boston had a timeout, one timeout, and still, they let the final play run without using it. Coach Joe Mazzulla defended the choice, saying he had seen that same play work before, but repeating a failed play in one of the tensest moments of the season, that's hard to justify, especially when the Knicks read it like an open book. Tatum was left exposed. The ball was stolen. Game over. The issue isn't just the tactical decision, it's the stubbornness to stick with things that already failed. Mazzulla doesn't seem to adjust in crunch time, and that's becoming a pattern. In 2 straight games, Boston simply stopped. Scoring in the clutch, 0, nothing. Now what? Are the stats hiding an uncomfortable truth? Are the Celtics actually a clutch team? Let's look at the numbers. In both games against the Knicks, the Celtics failed to score a single basket in the final minutes. And that's not all. They shot just 25% from 3 at home, going 10 for 40 in Game 2. Overall, 25 for 100 from deep in the series so far. It's like they're throwing the season away with every forced 3-point attempt. So the question is, why keep doing it? This team was built to space the floor, but it's collapsing under its own decisions. The offense stalls, the game turns into hero ball, and the defense runs out of gas. Boston may have talent, but talent without execution is just an illusion. What if this series is already over, and no one has the guts to say it? Can they come back from a 2-0 hole? Historically, not likely. Only 6% of teams that lose the first 2 games at home go on to win a playoff series. And now, Boston faces 2 games in the most hostile garden in the NBA. The Knicks aren't just confident, they're hungry. Brunson, even on off nights, makes clutch plays. Bridges comes up with game-changing steals. Hart does the dirty work, and Boston looks fragile, emotionally shaken. The pressure is already historic, and if they lose the next one, it's goodbye. But win one, and it's a whole new series. The question is, does the roster trust the coach? Does the coach trust Tatum? And the fans, do they still believe? Because a comeback is possible, but not if they keep playing like this. What if the problem is much bigger than it seems? If the Celtics fall now, the damage goes far beyond just a playoff exit. This roster was built to dominate for years. And if they fail, changes are coming. Will Joe Mazzulla still be around? Will Tatum still be seen as the guy? And will the fanbase accept yet another postseason collapse? This series against the Knicks could mark the end of an era, or the start of one of the greatest comebacks in NBA history. So, what about you? Do you still believe, or have you already thrown in the towel? Drop a comment. What would you have done on that final play? Like the video and subscribe so you don't miss the next wave of breaking news coming your way.